Hi, this is Phyllis. Welcome back again to my channel. Today's project is my Pilant component, and this component only takes a few items to make, and the component is going to become some things in future videos. So if you like what you see, stay tuned for my materials list and we'll get started. The materials for today's project, our Pilant component, are these 8x5mm Paisley Duos. I'm only going to be using 4 of them. I'm using 3mm pearl beads or round beads, and size 11/0 seed beads and size 15/0 seed beads, and these are in like the same coppery color as the Paisley Duo. I've got a size 11 tulip needle. I'm going to be using my crystal fire line, my 6-pound fire line in the crystal color, my bead board, and some scissors. And I only need about a yard, less than a yard of the thread to make the component. So if you want to get started, gather your materials and I'll see you in a second. This is the setup. This is how we're going to start. I'm going to have 4 seed beads on the right side. I've got my Paisley Duo set up just like this. I've got a pearl in between the top set, 4 11/0 seed beads on the left side, and my Paisley and pearl set up like this on the bottom. I'm going to string these together and I'm going to tie a knot, and once I do that, I'll be right back with you. I've strung on my beginning beads and I have tied my knot, and I have advanced my needle into the 2 seed beads between the set of 4 that I added on each side. When you pull your thread, be sure not to pull the knot into the seed beads because you don't want to clog up your passageways. Now here I'm stringing on a size 11 seed beads, and I'm going to pass my needle right through the next 2 11/0 seed beads and the Paisley Duo, and I'm going to keep going around. I'm going to go into that pearl, into the next Paisley Duo, and the next 2 seed beads, and I'm going to string on another size 11/0 seed bead and add that right here, passing my needle right through the next 2 seed beads, making sure to make a point here when I pull the thread, just like that. And I'm going to keep going till I get to this side. And we're going to reposition ourselves right here in that size 11/0 seed bead, the one that we made pop out. We're going to reposition ourselves right there. We're going to string on a 15/0, 11/0, a 3mm, 11/0, and 15/0, and we are going to pass our needle back into that same 11/0 that we made pop out where we started, and pull our thread. And we're going to move the needle into the 15/0, 11/0, and the 3mm, and I'm going to tighten that down as soon as I get my needle in here. And I'm only holding on to it so that it doesn't pop out any further. This is what we have. We're going to continue on right there by doing the opposite. I have strung on a 15-0, an 11-0, a 3mm, an 11-0, and a 15-0, and I'm going to pass the needle into this pearl on the left side, and only the pearl. And right there, I'm going to get a 15-0 and an 11-0, and I'm going to pass into my pearl. I'm going to move my needle into this 11-0, this 3mm. I'm sorry, that was the 11-0 and the 15-0. Now I'm going into this 3mm here, into the 15-0, 11-0, and the 3mm. And I'm going to give my thread a nice taut tug. I mean, I don't want there to be any slack. I don't want you to be able to see the thread. So I'm just pulling it right there, just like that. And right here, I'm going to get an 11-0 and a 15-0, and I'm going to come right down here to that 11-0 that we have popped out, and I'm going to get another 15-0 and 11-0, and I'm going to go back into the pearl, and when I pull my thread, we're going to have this, and I'm going to have some entanglement. I'm going to have this, and you're going to see a little thread, but I'm going to take the moment and reinforce these, and I will turn the camera back on when I'm done. I reinforced all of these beads that I just added to make those right angle weave units, and now I had strung on a 15, a 3mm, and a 15, and my thread is exiting this pearl here, and I'm going to pass my needle into this bottom pearl, just the pearl, and pull on my thread, and I'm going to do the same thing, a 15-0, a 3mm, and a 15-0, and I'm going to go into this top pearl, just the pearl right there, and pull my thread and reinforce. After reinforcing, now I need to get into position to continue my project. So after coming out of this 3mm bead pearl right here, I'm going to pass my needle into this 11-0 and the 15-0 and this 3mm and this same hole of the Paisley Duos that we've been working in. And now I am repositioned to continue. Here I'm going to string on 2 11/0 seed beads and pass my needle into the top hole or the side hole, whichever way. I need to string on an 11/0 and pass into the open hole here in the middle of these Paisley Duos. 2 more of my 11/0s, and I'm going to go into this bottom hole here. And if I can, I'm going to catch these beads going all the way across. Well, I got the 3mm and into this bottom hole here of the Paisley. And I also caught an 11/0 here. Can you see that 11/0 that I got? That's fine. I'm going to continue advancing my needle up these 2 seed beads here, down these 2, and then I'm going to go into the Paisley, the 3mm and the Paisley, if I can get them. Okay, and I'm turning around. Sorry I don't want to make you dizzy, but I have to be able to maneuver here, and I want to work comfortably. Now, I'm going to untangle my needle and thread mess, and okay, here we're going to do the same thing we did on this side. I'm going to string on 2 11/0 seed beads. I'm going to pass into the open hole of the Paisley Duo here and pull. I'm going to string on an 11/0 and go in between those 2 and 2 more 11/0s back in. And if I can get all the way across, that would be great. Very good. Okay. Now, right here, I'm going to get into position to continue. Pass my needle into these 2 seed beads on the side that I just added. I've strung on 6 seed beads, 11/0 still, and I'm going to pass my needle into this middle seed bead between the Paisleys and pull my thread. I've got 6 more seed beads, and I'm going to pass them into the 2 seed beads here on the side. And right here, I'm going to string on a 15/0, a 3mm, and a 15/0. And I'm going to skip these seed beads, 1 2 3 4 5, and I'm going to go into the 2. Okay, these 2 here. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to give it a nice tug. I've got 6 more seed beads. We're going to go into this middle seed bead here. I've got 6 more seed beads. I'm going to come around and go into these 2. And I'm going to get a 15-0, a 3mm, and a 15-0. And I'm going to skip these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed beads, and I'm going to go into this side over here and a few beads over there. And what I'm going to do is hold my finger here. Well, I have to arrange the beads, but I'm going to hold my finger here because what I want this component to do is I want that center to sit up. I want it to pop up like this. And I'm going to continue reinforcing my seed beads on the outside. And when I'm done, I'm going to position my needle in a pearl, a 3mm. I have done my reinforcements. I am positioned coming out of the pearl. The beads in the middle are sitting up without prompting because of my reinforcement. And this is where I'm going to leave you. This component is going to become something. And can you see it? So I'll do a few short videos or some other things just to show you what I've done with my components. And so I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me to learn how to make this Pilant component, and thank you for subscribing. Just thank you for watching. Just any type of support that you have given. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you next time.